Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? So, I've got a target here. And this game's like shy of 19 million troops or so. So, we're going to go ahead and pretty much smack the living heck out of the guy. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. Doesn't have like any infantry, which is, yeah, that's no good. That's no bueno. And he's, you know, conveniently happening to be sitting in infantry. So, we're just going to go ahead and test his line, find out for sure, because, naturally, you always want to be sure about these things. No, it doesn't really matter, but I mean, as you can tell, infantry. So, okay, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and smack him in cavalry, knock his imp line out. Eventually, we'll knock out his range and everything else. But of course, little did I know, this guy turns out to be in a wedge, which that's always fun. You gotta love wedges, right? Especially when you're rallying them. They're just a real cup of tea. It's just you get somebody that has a wedge, and you start rallying them, and then you get very frustrated very quickly. At least I do. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I'm like, oh yeah, there's still like a couple hundred K in there, and I want to get rid of them, but I can't. So I'm kind of like borderline losing my mind here. Now, to save you guys time a little bit, I'm not gonna show you like a freaking 10-minute clip because this literally could have gone on for like half an hour. So I just try to cut it up into portions. So we're just gonna skip past the fact that we're already like a rally or two into this already. So this guy basically, we've got kingdom titles and everything. So he's burning. He's got some troops left. Not a lot of troops, but he's still got some left. Uh, of course, I'll show you the reports here. That there's no worry there, right? But oh Lord, it just blows my mind how some people can like sit unshielded for so long, and then they go to sleep, and then of course you get my guild here, and it's like yeah, they're just waiting, and then they wait and see, and then somebody goes to sleep, and we do it the old-fashioned way. It's like oh yeah, that guy's unshielded. He has no annex cap. Let's just, throw a couple rallies at him and see what happens. Let's see what sticks. And here we are. It's basically all of that's gone. And of course you're gonna send another rally to clear out the rest. So of course I have to like readjust everything I have. I could send more T5, but I'm not. I don't know. I don't really feel like doing that. I mean, I could, but like, why would I? So I'm sitting here healing in between, but this guy's already down quite a bit. He's working its way down to 10 mil now. So of course now we know he's an inf wedge. So it's been a bit of a mercy killing at this point. For every couple rallies we just keep sending. It's like as you can kind of tell, it's like, okay, I got rid of some of the infantry, but then I'm starting to hit the cavalry, and I'm like, oh, but that's not really what I had in mind. But at the same time, it's like, well, that's not so bad, I guess. It's like not really what I had in mind, but okay. I mean, I guess that works out, right? That checks out. I'll take it. It's a win all the same. Every rally that you can land and gets to stick. And of course, the rally before, we did some damage. In the second rally, we did some pretty okay, decent damage, and this is where I kind of, like, I had a bit of a brain moment, because I was thinking, like, oh yeah, if he's in inf wedge, I will just smack him in infantry. And, like, in hindsight, it sounded like a great idea on paper, but that doesn't really work out. Now, I am popping army attacks 70% boosts here, I'm trying to maximize the amount of damage that I can possibly do. Now, there is definitely a part of me that kind of feels as though if I had done this again, I definitely would have done this a little differently. But, mistakes are made, and you learn from your mistakes. But naturally, this guy just allowed me to hit him as many times as I wanted, so I guess it just kind of worked out in the end. But, shoot, I don't know, even on a good day. We'll find a target like this, and these are fun targets. If you can sit down, rally a guy over and over and over again, this is frankly more enjoyable than sitting around waiting for like a rally to come by and hit you. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love taking doubles and triples, and sitting around screwing around with the Mach 10 players in the game. But like anything, it's just when you get an opportunity like this, you can't pass it up. It's just it's a good time all around. It's like everybody joins in, sends in the rally, and we just wipe out the guy. It's like you really can't go wrong there. And in some ways, I feel as though, just looking back on this, hitting wedge targets are kind of fun because you have to keep in mind in the fact that the wedge does not work in the way you think the wedge works. So you almost always run into the troops that you didn't plan to run into. In hindsight, I never hit anybody that this far into a wedge before. It's just like looking at it, I'm like, god damn it, I should have known that. But mistakes were made. And I luckily didn't actually find myself finding this rally to be all that bad. And you're going to see why here in like 2 seconds. It's like it didn't fall flat on its face as much as I thought it was going to. Let's just take a look here. So, yeah, 2.7 out of 10 mil, but you can see I only lost 250k, so I mean, it's like, okay, that's not, like, terrible. But, yeah, as you can tell, I wiped the infantry out, but now I'm like, I hit the calf. Great. Not what I had in mind, but, oh well. It kind of worked out, it just kind of did it in its own way. Of course, it's like the frickin' filters, like, oh yeah, that word's banned, but we'll leave the rest. It's like, okay, well, that just made it look a lot more heinous than it actually was. But of course, I followed this up with another rally. I learned my lesson. It's like, okay, I've already gotten infantry out of there. At least now I can send range. Range is a guaranteed. Like I can pull the trigger on this, and it's gonna go just fine. So, of course, here comes this rally, and boom, there's another 5 mil, 100 mil drop, in a single rally, which is pretty damn good, because there went pretty much all of his cavalry and another million or so of his range, and it's like, okay, well, time to solo. Because that's, and naturally I'm looking at that going, well, I believe that's all he's got left, so I might as well just go ahead and turn and, swap to infantry, and then go to town. As you might notice, though, I'm not paying very much attention to my gear, which in hindsight I probably should have. I was in a bit of a hurry, so it was kind of one of those things where I was like, oh yeah, I should probably do that. But now looking back on it, it's like, oh, I already done did it. So I smacked him the first time and sped this up without gear. No infantry gear, just just infantry. Oh, did I get capped? No. Did I lose a lot of troops? No. That's the nice thing about targets like these, it's like, well, you can't really go wrong here. It's like, I'm just going to go ahead and send again. And it's like, I'm not even in gear, but the guys got... Then I saw it, I was like, oh, shoot, I should have been... I like to look at it, I'm like, oh, whoops, my bad. But, yeah, as you can see, I wiped another 500k. And then I was going to go in for the third, but, I think it was Shipper came by and smacked him as soon as I was about to smack him. So I was like, oh, shoot, you probably got the lead, too. And I think Shipper did, so Shipper ended up giving back the lead. I took the lead later after. But that was pretty much the 19 mil target, and that was how it went. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.